And there we are.
Happy Monday night,
Sorry
everyone. Sure is nice to see you all. Thanks for coming along. This has been a really long day, hasn't it? If you missed my video today, you shouldn't miss it. You're going to want to go watch it if you haven't. But I really appreciate all of you coming. Thank you very, very much. I love seeing your names here. Carrie's over there in Asia. I hope he's having a great time. Larry's there in Sun City with 92. Our sweet daughter is visiting with her girls, and she's like, last week when I was looking at the weather, it was supposed to be, 10 degrees warmer than it is. And so we're having chilly weather here again. So we're extra envious, Larry. And we've got Nancy and Mike up there in Vancouver eating in the Botticelli dining room.
Oh, boy.
Lucky you.
We might get frozen pizza.
Do you know if
Be seeing you still.
Princess allows a VPN? When
Yes.
you talk.
Okay, so VPN is allowed, but sometimes it depends on the VPN. Some VPNs are not allowed outside of the country. Some VPNs are not allowed by the ship. I would say that your more standard ones might be
like Surfshark.
Surfshark, maybe.
We're not paid by them. Yeah. I've just heard about them a lot.
Mm-hmm. There was another one that I know that her sister tried that was not allowed, and I don't remember the name of it. You might want to check around. I don't know where I'll look and see where I can find that information. We'll maybe make another video about it because I did talk about that at one point.
VPNs.
So
what is it that determines if they allow it or not? Do you know?
Different countries. Depends on how broad the VPN reaches. If in what it's going to do. I know
depends on what you want a VPN for.
Yeah.
I noticed that when I am
if it's your company VPN, you need to talk to your company about that.
I was going to say mine works anywhere in the world, but I think, I can see that there are some aren't. And when you try to go to some websites, it doesn't want to let you without a VPN. But luckily for my work, it's been okay.
Yep.
Oh, Kathy Mills, thank you. Many kisses back to all of you guys. Thanks, and especially you. So thanks. And Midge, I just miss you. It sure is nice to see you. Really good to see you. And Holly, nice to see you. Find us here. I got to talk with Terry today. We subscribed to Terry. Everybody find us here. I haven't had the pleasure of watching videos yet because I haven't had a moment since I spoke with him. But if you're looking for another YouTube channel to follow along, that might be a good one.
Yeah.
So
I just put a link to our video that talked about remote computing and VPNs and data security. So that will at least give you
a starting place.
Yep, exactly.
That's what all of this is. I should add. The other day under my video, and I can't stand not commenting on it, so here we go. But the other day, somebody put on my video when I let you all know how, here in the United States, we're going to have new rules put out by the Department of Transportation about how airlines have to, refund your money based on certain circumstances in a certain amount of time. And somebody said, well, why didn't you talk about how that law came to be? I am not a History Channel. I am not an investigative reporter, and I am trying to keep everything really concise and cover what you need to know, but really, truly be a starting place or a place that you can see how things are going on the ships and for travel these days. So if you need a refund, you'll be able to get it, right? But as to why, I'm not going into all that, okay? So if anybody has questions about that, you can put them in the comments. Yeah. Thanks. And I really appreciate you all listening. And I shouldn't get, I can read you all are so kind in your comments. And then when I get one, I'm like, so anyway.
And we're not trying to be dismissive or anything.
Oh, no. I just don't have time.
This is the path that we're following, and I'm sorry.
And I'm sure that there are other channels that will do a deep dive into rules and where laws come from and all of that. Yeah. So,
And
it's really fun. Hey, Connie, good to see you.
Let's do a thumbs up.
We've got Bruce. Everybody here. It is so good to see all of you. And Tammy, hey there. Let's see. They are going to Norway in 88 days. Oh, and Steve's had a great time on Vision of the Seas, a small older ship. It sure is. But, I love they keep these small older ships sailing as you guys do. Embarkation at Norfolk was a zoo. Heading to Alaska in July on the Encore. Well, that's going to be a fun cruise. Yeah, I think you'll really enjoy that. I'm excited for you. Susan said they finished their Diamond Princess cruise in Japan. Everything went perfect. I am so glad everything went perfect. yeah, glad it was helpful. I'm glad, I'm really glad. It makes me happy when people go on their cruise, which is a vacation, and have a lovely time. Yeah, it makes me really happy. The other thing I wanted to tell you all, if you haven't joined our Facebook group and you do Facebook, you should come and join us. You should come and join us. We'd love to have you with us. Lots of information. So we've got Valerie with us. Hi there. It's really good. And Cheryl, a Southern California cruiser. Nice to have you. Make sure I haven't missed anyone here. What else did I want to cover with you today? Sincerely.
Well, we were talking about if somebody has a question, be sure to put the word question so that it catches our eye, because we don't want to miss something.
Yeah, and we had the news there. Hey, John. Hi, Ted and Brenda. Good to see you guys. So we did have the Radiance of the Sea news. And to me, that's really interesting. You have the ship that develops problems as they're repositioning her up to Vancouver, and went ahead, had everybody, embark on the ship, waited 2 days, and weren't able to fix it. So I am really anxious to hear what Royal Caribbean has to say really by no later than Wednesday if they're going to do that next sailing, because people need time to know if they should take their flights. And even Wednesday is kind of tight. I know they hate to lose the revenue, but at the same time, I think it's, you watch everything that Princess has gone through because they were so reticent to cancel cruises, and you would hate for Radiance of the Sea, to get their guests on board and not be able to go, or get them on board and get, 50, what is it? Knots? No, that's speed.
Yeah.
Just, get 50 miles off the coast and have trouble because they rushed.
Yeah.
So tell me what you
think.
Nautical
miles would be.
Yeah. Is anybody booked on the Radiance of the Seas this year? Yeah, let us know.
Yeah. Before you get to that question that we see, I saw a post in another Facebook group that somebody had posted a picture. They were cleaning the pool on the Majestic Princess.
Oh,
and they were quite upset about it, saying, well, we paid to be able to swim while you're here on the cruise. Why don't they do this when the ship is in dry dock? Or why don't they do this when the ship is in port? Or why don't they do this in the 3 hours between on turnaround day? And I thought that was kind of ridiculous, because number one, it could have been just an emergent thing that just happened, and they're trying to get the pool back up and running. And if a trip goes into dry dock every 5 years, you don't want to leave it empty for the rest of the next 3 years waiting for that dry dock time.
And there's lots of reasons. They have rules when they have to empty it to clean it if something happens, and I'm sure it's routine as well. Yeah, good point, Henny. Reminding us all to be flexible. But we've been on ships before when they've had to clean it and then they do it and then they fill it up again. So it's not like you're out for a long time. So, Northern California, Jennifer is excited to find out about 2026. Like to where Europe is supposed to come out in May, which is just right around the corner. So Europe should be coming out pretty soon. And I would say last year, it was July when Alaska came out for 2025. So it shouldn't be too far out.
So with her home port being San Francisco, maybe she's wondering about anything else
out
of San Francisco.
Oh, probably to go up to Alaska. I would bet, early summer is what I would say, early to mid. So hi, Kathy. I've been thinking about you and your Vision of the Seas. Yes. So Kathy is going to go on Vision of the Seas. Sure. And going out of Baltimore. And you know what? I've actually inquired about that last week and they still don't say. And so I'm really hopeful to hear. Clearly with Steve and Bev, they just were in and out of there and they were using Norfolk still. So I think we're going to have to wait.
I know they were hopeful. We've been kind of watching the repairs. They have some partial channel open for partial stuff that they need to do as quickly as they can. But I think cruise ships might be a little bit down the pecking order for that.
Yeah. So, Tim and Cindy and your girls, hello and love to all of you guys. Thanks for saying hi. But Kathy, I haven't forgotten. So if anybody hears, let me know. Love Boat Cruise in September, new to Princess. What are the casual restaurants to choose from on the Enchanted? Well, they have, the Alfredo / Gigi's place. They've also got an Amalfi's, I think. Those are the two main ones that come to my mind. I'll have to look. Let me write that down so I can talk about it. So, and you might notice, like casual dining with Princess, you just walked up. They don't have the opportunity to make reservations. You don't walk up and make reservations for later. You don't make reservations in the app. I did notice when we were just on the Discovery Princess, and that ship was full. It was full. I should have you add that footage in somewhere.
Yeah.
The Gigi's was really empty a lot of times. The most people I saw dining in the Gigi's at one time was like 5 couples.
Wow.
That was all. I looked every time I walked by, and it wasn't busy at all. And that was like during the day I would walk by, in the evening I would walk by. Yeah. It's not been busy at all. So if you have the casual dining, your Alfredo's isn't going to be really busy, or Gigi's. So I think that on the Enchanted, it's Alfredo's.
And the pop-up is not included in that, like the Crab Shack or anything?
Correct.
Or is it?
It's not.
Okay.
And here's one interesting thing, though. I should have our Let's Go family member, who is so kind, on the Enchanted right now. For a while, a couple of times, people said that they have seen randomly here and there up at the sliced pizza place where Princess was selling those pizzas that look like what you get at the Alfredo's or Gigi's for $8. And so you could buy that if you wanted that kind of pizza rather than what you get at the sliced pizza place.
Oh, okay.
But it seems like it's really hit and miss. So that would be an option if you want to have that kind of pizza out by the pool or to take to your cabin. So yeah, I'll talk about that. I've got casual dining on the Enchanted here to make sure I talk about that soon. So let's see.
If you've ever seen the movie Caddyshack, you know sometimes they need to clean a pool.
And
yes.
Thank you. You just summed it right up. Yeah. There are reasons they have to clean it, and you can't help it. You just have to let them clean it. But sincerely, we've been on before when it's been empty and it's hot outside and you're like, but then they fill it up again. So it's okay. And rarely, I would say, do they have them both empty, unless you're sailing somewhere where the seas are rough enough that they need to empty the pool, or if something.
Well, that comment said that, but then Majestic only has that one outdoor pool and the Hollywood Conservatory.
I know, but there's still the indoor pool.
But I think they said both of them were empty at that time.
Well, maybe there's a reason.
Exactly.
Isn't she sailing?
They just don't.
I think she's
do
in
it
Australia.
on a whim.
Yeah.
So
let's see. The Japanese restaurant on the Enchanted. I can't remember. Wait a minute. Harmony. Didn't they take that out though, or they're going to take it out? They've either taken it out or they're going to take it out. Yep. But it's Harmony. Yeah. So let's see.
I get this one?
Oh, hi, Paul. Nice to see you. 4 days away on the Discovery. Do you know if Princess charges a fee to charge your trips to your room at the Blackjack? You know what? I don't think they do. I don't use the casino. I love to walk through and watch, though. Like, I really enjoy that. But I don't think they do, based on what other people have said, but I could be wrong. So anybody that uses the casino, hop in here, or else I'll ask someone and tell you tomorrow. Okay. You know who to ask. All righty. Yeah. So for a little, you know what, Jen, it's really interesting. Every once in a while, they'll have a ship go out of, just for a short time, out of San Francisco, and then they switch it back to the Ruby. Kind of wild, huh? Yeah. Oh, hi there, Kirsten. So nice to see you. Give your sister my love too, Melissa. It's nice to see. Really good to see you, love. Thanks. Love Boat. Hey, Gina. Good to see you. Disembarkation in New York. If our flight leaves at 3:30, do you have any suggestions for a brief excursion prior to heading to the airport? So have you looked in to see, I haven't looked to see if Princess, you know what, Princess does have some.
They had 2 or 3, if I remember
right. They
right.
do. Yeah. So that's what I would do. And you know what, when you look at the excursion on Princess, it will tell you like what time it'll take you to the airport by. So then you can be like, oh, we'll be there in time. But that's what I would do, because then you don't have to lug your luggage everywhere with you. Because otherwise, if you book an excursion with someone else, I would book a private one so that they can manage your, keep your luggage and have space for it, and, do sightseeing that way. That's what I would do. So, but
Enchanted shows Ocean Terrace sushi.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, love. And usually those sushi places are open on sea days and certain hours on port days. Yeah. Oh, Wendy, thank you, sweet lady. let's see. You know what? On the Love Boat Cruise, she wants to know if the vow renewal will be on formal night or another night. So when we were on the last Love Boat Cruise on the Discovery Princess, it was in the middle of the day. And it was really fun. So I was up on the top deck because Gordon wasn't with me to have fun with that. And so I was up higher overlooking the piazza. You should find this footage. We should put it in a video. And so they had all of, the couples down there, and it was really fun to see because some of them had like a matching shirt and dress or matching shirts or matching. And some people were wearing the regular clothes. Some people were very dressed up, and other people just, it was what they had on that day and they went to have fun. So yeah, it wasn't at night. So I bet you it's going to be in the middle of a day. And I just can't wait for them to release more information on this. The last thing I heard was in March and that it was going to come out soon. So I've been waiting and waiting to hear about the VIP package, how much that'll cost, what all will be included, as well as I really am dying to see a schedule of events, right? Because I don't want to schedule an excursion on a day that they're doing the vow renewal or anything else fun that we want to get to do with that cast of the Love Boat Cruise. So Love Boat TV show. But last time they had all of the crew members up front. So think of the piazza facing where the elevators are. So they up on the second, on the first level up from the main floor of the piazza, they had Duval. He was the cruise director, and he is the cruise director on the Enchanted right now. So how fun is that?
Oh, okay.
And so I'm hoping he's still there.
Yeah.
So wait, May, June, July. Oh, maybe he won't be unless he goes home for just a minute and comes back or has a long contract. We don't know. But anyway, he was the cruise director. And then they had the cast members up there as well. And if I remember right, I want to say they all maybe said a little something. And then I feel like it was Jill Whalen was the one that did a bunch of the talking for the actual vow renewal, and it was just really, really fun. They made it really sweet and fun. It just turned out really nice. So this time I want to get to do it. So
yeah.
You didn't know we're going to get married again, did you? Gives them a chance to run. Not really. I'd catch him. So
not running anywhere.
No, but anyway, I'm excited, Wendy. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, thanks for asking. So we'll have to keep our eye out. I keep looking in the app to see if any schedule of events are showing up, but it's not yet.
So Lily's got a question about that.
Yes. Lily, we would love you to come.
Yeah.
Please do come. Yep, I do. I have openings and would love to have you join us. Just send me an email at letsgotraveltips.com. Let's go travel tips.
Let's go travel tips
together
at gmail.com.
No apostrophe. So
right.
Yeah, would love to have you join us. So let's see. If we're going on the Caribbean Princess in 73 days, want to know if anyone can advise if they have kettles in the room for the British Isles. You know what? They don't. And I can tell you, even without having been on the Caribbean Princess right now, they don't. I've been on cruises that call at some ports in the British Isles, no kettle. And then just recently I saw on another forum, somebody asked that question and everybody was saying no. So I don't think so.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can ask for one. That would be a good thing for me to find out, wouldn't it? But I would doubt it. I would doubt it.
Yeah.
Because they're really careful about what they even allow people to bring on, just in an abundance of caution, so that nothing unexpected can happen. Yeah.
But like when we've gotten the breakfast, which the breakfast doesn't have any charge, you can get hot water in a nice thermal container.
Oh yeah, if you ask for hot water, it comes, and so it's a pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
It's an actual pitcher.
Right.
So my point is, it's more than 1 cup of tea worth, and then you can ask, and if you ask for tea, they'll put a little thing there with a selection of kinds of tea, or if you bring your own. But yeah, they're not going to have those in the room. And as I think about it, you can ask for it. I'm sure you can't. That wouldn't make sense with what they do. So.
Okay, we need to do some persuasion here.
Oh, Midge. Oh, good. I am so glad you were thinking. Yeah, the Panama Canal cruise. You should come.
Mm-hmm.
You should come. It's going to be grand. It is going to be so much fun. The people who are coming, it's just going to be a ball. Plus, we're going through the Panama Canal, through the old logs. We're sailing through history.
Yeah.
And I just am so excited about that cruise. Like, I'm very excited about all the cruises we have for different reasons. But that one is going to take me somewhere I've never been before. And It's going to be wonderful. So when we go on the British Isles cruise in June, I haven't been to all of those parts, but I've been to the British Isles before, and I've been to London several times. So I'm really excited about it. But that Panama Canal thing has really got me. So
yeah, we're going from the Pacific to the Atlantic.
Yeah, Midge, remind me. Just send me an email.
Yeah.
And
so she's asking about both Panama and Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
The Alaska group cruise is the one at the end of July on the Discovery Princess.
The July 27th.
Yeah.
She
Well,
knows,
we do.
She knows when it is.
But if you don't want to, we have other group space on some other Alaska
No,
cruises.
but we want to go together.
Well, I know she wants to come with us. I'm just saying that if that doesn't work out.
Yeah, no, it is nice. There's one of them I have some space on that's much cheaper than everybody else's. What it is now, because I took it. Hey, Curtis, good to see you. So let's see. Has there been any workaround for the issues? No. Hey, BC and you, Steve. So what he's talking about is if you have back-to-back cruises booked with Princess and you try to use them in the app, you can access the first cruise, but you can't access the second cruise. And I know that they've not fixed it because we have that, and I cannot see the next one. One of our Let's Go family members who they didn't book with me, but he sent me an email, so I know this. They booked the Regal Princess as a transatlantic over to Europe, and then they had 2 back-to-backs on the Sun Princess. And so here they are going to go on a brand new ship, and they can't book their dining. And so they tried calling Princess, they posted on X, they did all of these things. And finally they emailed John Padgett, and his assistant called them and helped them get some things lined up. So do I think you should have to do that to get it? But if you're desperate, like I'm not desperate now because my back-to-backs are in 2025 that we're doing, but there you go. So I am really hoping they're working on it. Every time the app isn't working, I get excited hoping they're going to fix things. Like now, I can't see our Antarctica cruise. I can't even add it. When I try to add it, it tells me the booking number is not valid, even though I'm looking at my booking and can see the booking number. I know it's valid. And so I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful they're working on it.
You don't even know it.
You didn't even notice. But anyway, no, it's not fixed. So there you go. I told you everything I know about it, but I really do hope it's coming. I hope it's coming. Don't we all? So yeah, I don't know. Let's see what else. Let's see. Gina says Princess transfers. Oh, she's the one we were talking about, the transfer excursion.
Right.
Disembarking in New York. So Princess transfers require a 5 p.m. flight departure. Yeah. So I would just look at Viator. Viator, I've been doing a lot of looking. Today I talked about Bar Montenegro. And so there are a lot of different websites, like Google it, that if you're trying to go somewhere and you can't find what you want, there are a lot of local people in a lot of people in places that will just pick you up and take you on an amazing tour and drop you at the airport. So those are good options as well if you don't see what you want, like on Viator or some of those others. So let's see. Hey, Paul, thoughts on using the Sky Train in Vancouver for the airport to the hotel and the hotel to the ship, staying in the Holiday Inn Express downtown. So here's what I know about that, Paul. So the Holiday Inn Express downtown, I'm not sure how close that is to where the Sky Train drops off there in Vancouver. I do know, and I haven't used that because I never want to drag my luggage, but that's just me.
Well,
and so I
wasn't there to help you.
Exactly. Well, and even when you're with me, we haven't done that. So not that anything is with it. I think it's $9 is what I've heard lately. I haven't looked this year. Last year, I believe it was $9. So it's much more affordable than a taxi or an Uber, because where you land there in Vancouver, it is a ways out to the ship, out to the port there. And so, no, I think it's a really good idea. People like it. They report that it's very safe. Even if it's late or early, people say that's a safe thing to do. I haven't stayed in the Holiday Inn Express downtown, but and you probably have done this, but everybody should know, when you're looking at hotels, like Google the reviews. And I know that people always have the predominance to leave a bad review because when they're mad about it or didn't like it, then they're only too happy to say so. But you have to read and see what was wrong and look for what was good. So But no, I think that's a really good idea. And over where the SkyTrain comes, I have been told that it's really close to the Fairmont, which is a really different price point than the Holiday Inn Express. But just if that helps anyone, and then getting to the port from there, it shouldn't be too hard. So no, I think that's a really good option, Paul. Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
When I did the, I will say last year, no, in 2023, 2022, when I went out of Vancouver with by myself, the Uber from the hotel that was close to the airport there over to the cruise terminal, I want to say it was around $40. So that's what you're looking at. Yeah. Hey there, Sean and Alana. So good to see you guys.
So apparently, I think, well, for us, it's still today, but for Ilana, yesterday was her birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
So I saw the...
Sending happy birthday. How do you do those balloons, love? Do the balloons.
Let's see. No, that's lasers. Sorry. Let's try this one.
Nothing is working.
Hello, there's confetti.
Happy birthday, Alana.
Here's balloons. Okay. Yeah, birthday balloons.
There we go. Happy birthday.
Yeah, can't remember who it was that had the birthday video that somebody was. Oh, William Shatner. I saw gave you a video for your birthday.
You know what? Somebody gave me on my birthday. They emailed me a card. His Gordon's sister emailed me a card of Donny Osmond singing "Happy Birthday." They just have him do it but he said my name, so it was just really fun.
Well, he's a personal friend, so.
Donnie is not. I saw him in the grocery store though one time. I did. Let's see. Gina says that they are looking for the Love Boat VIP package too. I know. So you know what we're kind of doing? We're looking at excursions, and if there's something we're really dying to do, we're going to book it. But we can always cancel it, right? And then just stay on the ship. So we're going to keep our eye out. I don't think we booked any excursions yet
for
the New England cruise. No.
All right.
So we've not quite decided what to do about that. So
we got that question. That was the SkyTrain question. Okay.
Click on Shelly there. I watched your up to date about. I know. No, everything is. Yeah. I have a rebook cruise from the inaugural June of 25. If Coach and Santorini gets changed, you know what? By then, hopefully they'll have their problems worked out. It's got to be something, because the last time she went to Santorini, people on board were telling me, and it's more than one, so I know that it's right. It was several actually, that there was a really long discussion with the Greek Coast Guard, and it took a while for them to get the okay that they would actually do it. So in Greece there, in Santorini, they use the local tenders, which I've shared with you, I think is wonderful. And I think it's appropriate. It's okay. But so clearly everything is not worked out yet. And so I hope that they're working on that. I've heard of a lot of those excursions being canceled through June. I haven't heard about July yet. So if anybody can tell me about July, and I'll look through my email again and make sure, but I haven't heard. So I'm hoping that they're working on it, and especially by 2025 to have it ready to go. I think Gordon and I are, we are. We're going to cancel the cruise that we've got so that we can go on the inaugural of the Star Princess. I just need to do that tonight. But I'm just going to see a new ship and to tell you all about it. I'm not going expecting things to work. And that's probably just because of what just happened. And I'm hoping that we're pleasantly surprised and everything just works perfectly. But heads up, just be aware of that. And it seems like the further we roll ahead with the Sun Princess, more and more things aren't quite ready that we thought would be ready by now, right? So we'll just kind of see. But I love to hear from anybody on the Sun, how it's going. We have guests that are in our Let's Go family that were so kind to book, and they have been on the Sun Princess. They said they've had a lot of issues. I'm excited to hear about that when they get home. They're not home yet. And that the lines at guest services were really long a lot of the time. Other people were too. So I'm excited to hear that they have had a grand time. So in the end, they've had a really nice time, but it's just hard. So
I'm pulling this up, and
I just pulled up our Love Boat Cruise on the Princess website, and it shows reduction in fares, but no indication. Oh, it is the Love Boat Cruise, Lewis. It has to be. They can't have taken that away.
Well, I pulled it up on here, and it doesn't say Love Boat Cruise. Let's see what happens when.
Well, then we'll all just cancel, huh? Okay, I'll call him about this in the morning.
Yeah.
I can email tonight. So call Call and email Love Boat Cruise. It better be, huh? Or else there everybody goes. Nobody's going to want to go. And it's okay. I wouldn't either. Well, I would if you did, but if nobody's going, I'm not going. So let's see. Okay, we got a couple of questions here. What are your thoughts on the new Princess Travel program? Are you talking about like the Princess, what are the promotions that they're calling it, where you get the future cruise credits and the hotel, and you get a discount on hotels and then a few nights free included? Depends on what package you buy. I'm not, maybe I'm a good person to ask. I've tried to help quite a few people with theirs, and predominantly it's been a really big mess. There are a few people here and there that it's worked like really smoothly for, and they say they would do it again. But I hear from an awful lot of people, even that I don't work with, like, don't do that. So the things that stand out with me the most, I think a lot of it depends on, number one, if you know like what cruises you want to apply those to, because the future cruise credits that come with those do have an expiration date. So don't book that thinking, maybe we'll go on a cruise again. No, know what you're going to book with it. The second thing that I think is really important to know is that as you go to book your hotel stays that you get a discount on, I honestly really think it depends on where you're looking for those hotels. Like some of our Let's Go family members are on a ship right now. Nancy and Mike, they were trying to use their hotel stays in places that there were virtually not a lot of hotels to even choose from. And when they looked at the pricing, it wasn't a savings at all. And so that was like a no-go for them. The accounting for some people has been really hard. They have to say, oh, we applied this to this and this to this. One couple bought one and then they booked a cruise, but the lady whose name they bought it in was the only one they would let it be applied on the booking, like to her half of the charges. Some other couples have been able to just apply the whole thing for the two couples, for the, both people sailing together, both people in that cabin. So it's just a lot of, it has a lot of ins and outs. And like I said, if they expire, then you've lost it. So if you know what you want to pick right away, maybe if you're sailing out of South Florida, it's a good deal. That would be my guess, because the people that like it, that's generally where they're sailing from. So I hope that helps you. There's also, the other thing that I don't like about it is several people that don't quite really understand what they even bought, but they bought it because they felt like they were talked into it. I don't like that aspect of it at all. So Curtis, I wouldn't buy one. I wouldn't buy one, and I wouldn't recommend anyone buy one. But if you're someone that you look at it and you think it'll work for you, then by all means. Yeah, that's just me. That I didn't mean for that to sound mean, but yeah, you asked. So, it's like when you go to those things and they say, oh, you can get a discount at a hotel with this or that. And then you look up at the price and you're like, oh, yeah, I can do that anyway. So yeah, just throwing that out there. So let me know if you have more questions. Okay. Let's see. Do you see another question?
Done that one.
Oh, Life, Liberty, and Guns can't convince his wife to go on the Love Boat cruise. Oh, I'm sorry. wish she would come. It's going to just be fun. I really do think. I think it's still the Love Boat cruise. In March, when I got to meet somebody on the Sun Princess, they were talking about it with people with Princess. They were talking about it being the Love Boat cruise. So I just think it's poor website management. That's what I think. Yeah. Let's see. We could do a repositioning cruise down under, Sean Ilana says. Let's see. What information do you need if I'm interested in booking? So if you have your Captain Circle number, that would be awesome. And then if you know what kind of cabin you want, where you want it. I am a travel agent that my approach is I talk with people on the phone when we book, unless you tell me what you want, and I book it for you. Some people are that way, and that's awesome. But otherwise, I try to talk to you, see what's available, see what you'll like the best. What's the best out of what's available? So I would kind of like to know what you'd like. And then, I don't want to send you pricing for a forward balcony when you don't want to be forward. Yeah. So yeah, just let me know what you want. Yeah. We'll go from there. Let's see. Oh, have a Coke. It sure is good to see you. I remember who you are. It's February 21st of 2025. So, and it's 16 days, Los Angeles to Fort Lauderdale. yeah, so we're a little bit excited. I'm trying to fit in room to read. I've read Path Between the Seas by David McCullough before, and I'm trying to fit in time to do that again. So before we go, let's see. Ted and Brenda booked the first and then booked the second while on a cruise last month. The lady in the future desk area linked them together. That's nice. Are you talking about like for the app?
In the app.
Yeah, but see, you shouldn't have to ask people to do that. It should just
Connie's
work.
saying she still can't even log into the app.
Oh, see, Connie, and Connie is smart. I've talked to her before. She's intelligent, very bright, very able to, very able to manage things. So I don't know. With not being able to link the South America, like it's a South America itinerary to go to Antarctica, I don't know if it's because it's new, like it's newer. They just released those itineraries a few weeks ago, but
maybe there's a maximum number it shows across. I don't know.
No, that surely couldn't be it.
Well, don't know what it is. It's just all sounds pretty hokey.
Oh, hey, Chris. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks. Is it worth paying off my cruise early so I can book specialty restaurants, or can I wait? I don't want to miss out on certain places. So I would say if you don't want to miss out on certain things, I would pay for it. But sometimes it seems like you can still, if your price goes down, you can still get some money back. Not always. I can't say always, but every once in a while. So keep an eye. But absolutely, I would, because when you look at those specialty dining reservations, if there's something you really want, they're going to go away because the ships are filling up again. For a while there, we had the luxury of the ships not being full. So they gave us all this flexibility. But they are really filling up again. So I would definitely do that. That's what I would do. Yeah, if it was me. So let's see.
Here's a random question.
Has anyone ever tipped the lifeguards? You know what, Vita? Sure, it's nice to see you. On Royal Caribbean, they have lifeguards at all the pools. On Princess, they don't have lifeguards. And so I think it would be nice to tip the lifeguards. They stand out there all the time and they do a really good job. They keep their eye on everybody. So I would tip the lifeguards, especially I would tip the lifeguards if I had little kids there at the pool. Absolutely. Because they would be like my second set of eyes, to keep an eye on everything. And I know they watch everybody, not just small children, but I think that's a really good thing to point out. So let's see. Oh, this is another trick question. Not really trick, but it's a hard one. Like, they have a cruise on the Sun Princess October 14th. So I expect to hear from you whether or not your ports get changed. Okay. Oh wait, that's here in the US though. Oh, so I'm slow thinking. Sorry. So October 14th, you're going on that very first sailing here in the US. So they should be able to start booking Spellbound, specialty dining, or dining rooms. You know what? I do not know what the holdup is with the Sun Princess and booking their reservations. I don't know, because even further out on the other ships, you can often usually book. And so I don't know why, we're like 5 months out, 5.5 months out. I don't know why you can't book. So we'll just have to keep our eye out. And when someone lets me know they can do it, then I'll tell everybody. But I'm sorry, I don't have the answer for that. So yeah, if you missed my video today, I don't work for Princess. I don't get paid for anything by Princess for my content. So yeah, the only thing I ever get paid for by Princess is if I book a cruise for Princess, I get commission. But that's it. So
otherwise, the only monies we get are from the kindness of your heart. With these super chats.
Yeah, and there's Mary. Hey, Mary, it's good to see you. And Kathy, if you're here, they're going to come with us on the British Isles cruise. I can't wait. I just can't wait. I'm so excited. We're going to have so much fun because several people are coming who were on the Northern Lights cruise with us, and we had the best time. And it was amazing seeing the Northern Lights. But what changed me was the people I met. Mm-hmm. So, and Mary and Kathy, you're part of that. So I can't wait to see you again. And all of you. I don't know what Hetty is in Africa on a ship on Holland America. So I don't know if she's listening, but she'll get home soon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be really nice to see everybody.
Nice to see her again.
Oh, maybe people can chip in on this, Thomas. And if they don't, I'm going to put it in tomorrow's video. So Thomas has a Princess credit card, and he is to the point that he's got the extra money to apply to a cruise. Well, so I called Princess this morning, and asked, like, what do we do about this? Because he called the credit card company and they were giving him the runaround. So I called him, are we missing something? And they said, oh no, you talked to the credit card company about this. And like 100 years ago, before we ever started doing this, like a long time ago, we had a Princess card, and then I just let it go because I have other cards that I like the bang for my buck better. And so if anybody can help us figure out how to get his credit applied, that would be great, because I can't call his credit card on his behalf. That's not right to do, but we need to figure out how to do this. So thanks. I'm writing this down though, Thomas, so I can ask. Let's see. So if anybody has anything to chip in on that.
That's kind of silly, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I like Wendy's comment. She said she always carries small bills with her, and if someone's cleaning the handrails or the bathroom, I give them a tip. I appreciate all they do. You know, I am so with you. I am so with you. I need to keep my eye out better for the people in the handrails, but whenever someone is cleaning the bathroom, or even just like an attendant or just cleaning it, I am with you. They don't. Yeah, I always give them a tip as well. Thanks for saying that, Wendy. Yeah, I really appreciate everybody.
I mean, we've tried to make sure we have enough when they come bring room service.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So let's see. Do you know of a hotel in Boston that's close to the hop on hop off bus? You know what, I do actually. So in Boston, if you want to do, the official hop on hop off, let me look at that. But they've got like that old trolley tours that I've done a lot when our son was in MIT. I used to like when he was busy in class, I would just go do, because I love that tour. I would just do it again and ride it around and had a really nice time. But so the Marriott at Copley Place there, they actually have in the lobby a desk for the old town, or the old town old trolley tour. There's no town in there, just the old trolley tour. And out front is a stop. So that's really handy. Over if you want to stay, so right when you're downtown Boston there, things cost more. They're a little less expensive over in Cambridge. And so if you want to stay like right by a T stop, the metro there is one, it's called
Kendall Square.
No, well, that one would be by the Marriott. Right. It's on Broadway there in Cambridge, but also over Leechmere is the station that's really close. There's a Hampton Inn, and we often stay there when we go anyway, because it's just not that far from where the kids live. But
there's also a new Fairmont.
There's an old town trolley stop there too, is what I'm trying to stay over there by the Marriott. What do they call it? It's the Cambridge Marriott. There's just a street over from that, there's a stop, but I could look for some more. But if you like, if budget's not a thing, staying at that Marriott Copley Place is really nice, because Copley Place is like, you've got your shopping, you've got your dining. It is very nicely located to go. You can go for a walk and do so much sightseeing from there. You can pick up the Freedom Trail very close there. It's a really good place to stay. But but you can easily access all that if you use the T. The T is really easy to use in Boston, and I've never not felt safe there. So, and I've done it by myself before, and I've done it with the kids. So yeah, it's great.
Here's what Larry says about the credit card.
Oh, hi, Melissa. It is so nice to see you there. Kirsten's sister. Hi, love. To both of you girls. I have a prince. Oh, Larry, thank you. What I do is after I make final payment, I cash in my points. How do you cash in your points? Larry, tell me that.
Probably
last time you turned in 200,000 points and had $5,000 credited to my Princess card account. Okay, so I should just learn how to do this. But yeah, if you have anything, how do you cash in your points? Just tell us that.
I think when you make a payment, there's a click
button.
So
there's Kirsten. She says the Westin Copley Place is a little bit cheaper. Thank you. On the other side. Thank you for saying that. So Mary, write that down too. I'm going to remember the Westin as well. But like there's like there's a Sheraton right by the Prudential place. She knows this better than I do. Just thinking of what I've seen walking around and where we've stayed. There's a Hilton really close over. It's on the road there that you just walk across Massachusetts
by the convention
Avenue.
center. Yeah, by Mass Ave.
And so that's another place too. Yeah. Thanks for saying that, Kirsten. So yeah, there's lots of hotels right there. So just call Princess Points Department. Oh, thanks, Larry. Princess Points Department. Okay, Thomas, I'm on it. Okay, we'll do that. I'll call Princess Points Department tomorrow. I'll find the Points Department. Alrighty, so Nat says, I've taken advantage, thank you, of casino offers and received very good rate free interior. We booked the Sun for $250 for 5 days. Yeah, nope, those, as I talked about a couple of days ago, I was saying how there's a special, oh, I should talk about that in a minute. But let me tell you, thanks for saying that. Yeah, people that play in the casino get really good offers. You're absolutely right. So thanks for telling everyone. If that's something you enjoy and you do on land, maybe you want to do it at sea. I'm not encouraging anyone to gamble. No. Go in with your eyes wide open on that one. But yeah, thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it. And the other day, I was talking about how Seminole Gaming and the Hard Rock Cafe have this whole new partnership with Royal Caribbean and Celebrity, and how they're going to start having it so that people, can share loyalty and perks and everything across. I mentioned that our Caroline went to Florida State FSU for her graduate work, and mentioned, because that's what came to my mind, the Seminoles. I feel like I need to clarify. I know that the Seminoles in Florida State are not the same as Seminoles Gaming. Nope. But I did read, and Seminole Gaming is related to the Seminole tribe of Florida there, which is amazing. Wonderful, great. And the Seminole mascot there at Florida State University is also related to the Seminole tribe of Florida, the people there. And so it's just all somehow connected in my mind.
Name,
so I just wanted to tell you that. I am really clear that the Florida State Seminoles are not the same ones in this partnership. Got it. So, and just in case that confused anyone. But it's really interesting how there is getting to be more and more partnerships, with different, like with this gaming thing, and then you cross it over to restaurants and Spellbound. Kind of crazy, isn't it? But yeah, the ships are becoming more and more the destination. When cruising first started, it was all about where you were going to go. When those ocean liners were bringing people, between the United States and Europe, and truly destinations everywhere. It was about where you were going. And now it's getting to be about the ship for a lot of people. And it depends on what trip you're on, how it's going to be for you. Yeah.
I don't think we should mention what Mark said. Go Gators.
Mark, you're just teasing. I think you're awesome. Yeah, I like that. We're Seminoles now because of that. Because where Caroline went. I'm teasing you.
Yeah, in fact, I was cleaning out
we think go everybody.
Yeah, I was cleaning out my closet the other day, and I came across one of the T-shirts she gave me. I'm like, gotta push it. Gotta
save that one.
Can't get rid of that.
Let's see. When visiting the Amalfi Coast and Capri, does the ship use Naples, or are there stops further down the coast? Hey, Carl, it depends on who you go with, right? So the really bigger ships usually use Naples and sometimes Salerno, and you can access the same places from both. But if you go, for example, on Azamara, they will pull up into Amalfi. Same with Oceania. Yeah, it depends on where you're going and what you're looking for. Some days I can't afford what I'm looking for, but I do want to try Azamara, and I want to try it in that region for that exact reason. You pull up into the town of Amalfi, and this goes for other towns too and other places. But I just know, because I've looked at the itinerary several times, they pull up into Amalfi, and then you get a bunch of the day in Amalfi. And that's, yeah. But if you're really thinking of like your princess, your celebrity, your Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, those kind of Disney, those kind of things are going to pull up mostly in Naples and Salerno. Yeah. So beautiful there. It's It's amazing. As you probably know, you've probably been there before. So, Kimberly likes FSU. FSU's campus is so beautiful,
Oh,
isn't
gorgeous,
it?
yeah.
And I haven't been to, okay, I always have to think. So, Florida State University, University of Florida, haven't been to that campus ever. I've driven by there in Gainesville, but I haven't stopped. But when the very first time when I got to go with her, when she was interviewed. So she went there and she got accepted. And then I got to go with her when she moved there. And I was just taken aback by how beautiful that campus is. We walked all over there lots of times, but they have done a beautiful job with their campus. Yeah, really beautiful. So I'm with you, Kimberly.
Stadium's like a castle.
No, it's like the Coliseum. So awesome. It's amazing is what it is. Hey, Vanjie. Oh, it's good to see you, love. Finished packing for Wednesday's TA on Voyager of the Seas, Galveston to Barcelona, then Rome, Naples, Lake Como, and Basel, then cruise to Amsterdam.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. I am so excited for you. You're going to have a wonderful, wonderful time. Wonderful time and safe travels, my dear. Yeah, and we'll be excited to hear about it when you get back, okay? Yeah, Lake Como. So Lake Como is one of the places that is going to start charging admission. And I don't know that they are this early in the season. The story I saw about it is it was just saying that they're going to do it. They're hopping on the bandwagon because, I told you about Venice is starting. But a lot of other places are doing that. And I think they're doing it to curb some of the tourism, but I also think, and I don't blame them, with you having a lot more tourists, I'm sure that they have a lot of expenses that go up. You need more maintenance people, more cleaning people, all of these things. And it's a great way to tax people.
Yeah.
It's really interesting though, at what point you're going to hit as a barrier to entry, right? Like how much do you have to charge before people really change their travel plans if that's your goal? So I don't know, but it's an interesting conversation, isn't it? Yeah.
Like €5, that's like, we're happy to help out.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, have a glorious time, Vanjie. Yeah, just a wonderful time.
She went.
Oh, you went to FSU?
And look at this.
Oh my gosh! Oh no way! One of her former coworkers trained the Renegade at FSU. Renegade they have the coolest way that they start their football games. Like, oh my goodness! And what makes me so happy about it is when we went there. It is a really important part of their history, that relationship that Florida State University has with the Seminole tribe there of Florida. It's remarkable, and I think it's amazing for both. It's just wonderful. So thanks, Kimberly, for sharing that. And she's coming with us on the Love Boat Cruise. I am really convinced it's still the Love Boat Cruise. I'm not worried for a minute that it's not. I really just think that they aren't doing a good job marketing it, but I'm excited for it. So I think we would have heard. Oh, Tim and Cindy, only 297 days till the Panama Canal. Yeah, they're going to come too. But yeah, it's going to be so much fun. So much fun. Yeah, so much to see and so much to enjoy with each other. Yeah.
Here's a question from
Hey, Holly. Do you recommend taking the train from the port to Rome for a one-day stop off the ship and best stop to get off the train? Well, if I had one day in Rome and I was just going to stop there on a cruise ship, because sometimes you go to Rome and you're going to come back, or you've been there lots of times. If I had one day in Rome, I would hire a private driver to pick me up at the port to be there. As like, if we were supposed to be there from 7 in the morning till 5 p.m., I'd say, okay, I'm going to be there at 7. And they have changed. Yeah, they don't let taxis in the way they used to, but you can still get a private car, or if you're on private tour. I would do my own private car because I'm particular, and I would say, okay, take me into Rome, and I would have a list of the places that I wanted to go, the things I wanted to see. I would book my admission to the Vatican in advance so that I had a set time to do it. I would be ready to roll with that. But taking the train is also a really good option. The things that I think of when I think of taking the train from the port there in Civitavecchia into Rome is sometimes there are strikes with the trains and with the buses. Sometimes, months in advance, they'll tell people, sometimes you don't. So I would worry about that just a little bit. But other than that, I would have my day like totally mapped out. And they do have tours like Viator. You can go book tours that say, we'll take you here, here, and here. They'll have a shuttle van, depending on what size you're doing, and you can meet them and away you go. It's a little more affordable if you have like a bunch of you in the van, or the little, like you think of a van, like a bigger van. But that's what I would do. But if you want to take the train and it's still running on the day you're going to go and you don't have to worry about it, it depends on where you want to go, right? So if you want to go, just look at the map. If you want to go, I think it starts with an O, over by the Vatican. It'll come to me. But anyway, just kind of look and decide what you're going to want to do. And you truly have to decide, if you have one day in Rome, what you're going to do. Like you can't, I say can't, you could, it depends on how much, like if you want to see St. Peter's Basilica, get a skip the line tour for it. If you want to, which they are bringing back again, right after COVID, there were no skip the line tours for St. Peter's, but now there are. And then, but it's hard to really do the Vatican in depth and go see the Colosseum and the Forum and go over to see the Trevi Fountain. If I had to choose, I would probably go see the Colosseum and walk through the Forum and go see the Trevi Fountain and eat my gelato and go on over to Piazza Navona and immerse myself in Rome. That's what I would do if I had one day. But seeing the Vatican is remarkable. Talk about history and an art collection. Like, oh my goodness, as well as being such a special place for people who are Catholic. So, and truly for everybody. There's so much history. Does that answer your question, Holly? I get so excited. But yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know.
For 3 days to Rome.
Yeah. Wendy says she's going to tell us about her cruise back in '96 on Silver Seas. I think it was better than Oceania. From what I've heard, Silver Seas is still better than Oceania. Is that that's what I've heard from people? Like, Oceania's great. You want the next level? Yeah, it's interesting though, and it can vary so much. Yeah, you'll have to tell us. I'm excited. Let's see. Any idea what shows are on the Love Boat Cruise and what not to miss? You know what? I don't know about the shows yet. I have nothing on that other than they announced that those cast members are going to come. When we did it last time, they had like a question and answer time with the cast members. They had a time you could get your picture. Let's see. What else did they have? They would have them attend some different events and stand up and say a little bit. Yeah, that's mostly what they did. But it sounded like when they announced this, like they were going to do more with it. Because I think, honestly, last time they were really overwhelmed by how many people were on that cruise to experience Love Boat cast and everything that goes with it. And I would also think that at some point they're going to realize that the window for that, everything with Princess, and I think it's appropriate. They talk about the Love Boat. I love this, it's that little logo. It's even painted on the Sun Princess. But that's like I was little when I saw that. And so when you get too much further back, like our kids have nothing on the Love Boat. They don't know anything about that. So you can say, welcome aboard, we're expecting you. And that's a very nice thing to say. And it's appropriate. But that doesn't ring in the next generation's down head, you know what I mean?
Even with the new Real Boat Love Boat show,
it's
just
that didn't work out.
Very different. Well, it's still going.
That's true, but I don't think it brought them what they were expecting.
It's not.
Yeah,
that's the
so thing. Anyway, I don't know what the shows are going to be, Holly. I digress. So yeah, it's really good to think about all this. Let's finish up really quick here. What's the difference between the Vatican and St. Peter's? St. Peter's Basilica is St. Peter's Basilica. It's the church. It's St. Peter's Basilica. The Vatican is the Vatican. And the Vatican the Vatican is a place and it's a building, Vatican City. But if you are going to visit the Vatican, you're going to go, they've got the Vatican museums, encompasses a whole lot, which are different courtyards, there's different sections of it, but the Vatican is that. And the Sistine Chapel is in the Vatican. And so the way they generally run it is you go in the front door, you go through everything, and you see the Sistine Chapel last. Or if you have a magnificent tour, you go see the Sistine Chapel, and then you can go see whatever you want to see in the Vatican. But the Vatican and St. Peter's are two different places. And it used to be that there were always tons and tons of tours that you would go see the Vatican, and then they would take you out a different door than you would go out of if you were going to be leaving or going to the, where you eat your food. They have a cafeteria there and gift shops. But they haven't had quite as many of those since COVID. And I really do hope that they come back, because it's a great way to see it. Otherwise, you have to go stand in line for St. Peter's Basilica. So you could have tickets to the Vatican, and if you want to go in St. Peter's, you have to go stand in the line or line up to book a skip the line tour, which I would do. So I should talk about this in a video, but next year is a Jubilee year, and the crowds have already started. And next year is going to be just so busy that the lines to get into St. Peter's are going to be longer and longer. So if you're going to Rome next year, look at the tickets now for that. Just throwing that out there. Yeah. But yeah, so Valerie, it's a whole different place. So right next to each other there, right there in the Vatican City, like Gordon said, but different places.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for joining us here, everyone, today. It's been such a pleasure to visit with you. Thanks for asking me about some of my most favorite places. I hope something helped you all. But if you haven't seen my video for today, make sure that you see that and stick with us and listen every day, because we cover so many different things that I think it'll really help you all out. So I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you.
Bye-bye.